Zero. And we're rolling with the pod.
Right, y'all, how y'all doing tonight? You got Bull Chadwick, American Chadwick. You got Bull American Mick. Uh, how we all rolling tonight? You know how we always like to fucking do. We like to chill. We like to be bad. Talk about stupid shit. What's going on, Chadwick? How's life?
Yo, American Meck. I'm doing good here over in PA. You're out in Florida and that nice 70-degree weather outside. It's getting to be a bit cold out here in the 40s. But yeah, so man, it's good to be back with the podcast. It's been a minute since we put one up, probably a month, because the last one we did, which was like a week ago, I hit the wrong record button. We had such a great podcast, and I messed it up because we had so much good conversation going on, and I hit the wrong button to record it. Yeah, we're definitely recording tonight. I double checked. I triple checked. Did I did I triple check? I'm gonna triple check right now. Yeah, I triple checked now. Now I have triple checked. This stream is 100% getting recorded here that we're doing. And
That
yeah,
is
so
awesome.
like
We are officially alive.
I'm gonna go ahead and I want to talk about some of the things we talked about last time. It's December, what is it, 2nd right now, I think.
I will double check.
Yeah, it's something like that. The first or the second. It's the second.
Yep, December 2nd.
So we were talking about like let's just talk about some of the stuff we talked about last time. Like even though we talked about it already, and it's like we're talking about it again, but it's like a whole new thing because there's people listening. How was your Thanksgiving? How was the food that you ate? Did you have a good thanks? Good. I know you, I already know you did. Like let's talk about our food. Like let's talk about Thanksgiving. How was your? Let's talk about your meal and my meal. I had turkey. Uh, I had all kinds of like different vegetables, like beans with bean casserole or something or other, some potato salad, some like uh, good red wine, a bunch of other vegetables and things mixed in there. And yeah, start off with that. I guess I think I ate so much food. I just kept eating. I had a big plate. I had not. I didn't. I had no food all day that day, and then I waited till it was like mealtime to have the turkey, and then I just started going hard. And sometimes I do that. I'm pretty thin guy for like how thin I am. It's like I'm a thin dude. I'm 140 pounds around 130 140 pounds. It's ridiculous compared to like most people my size. They weigh more, but it's because like probably because my eating and like I don't know what it is. It's metabolism, combination of metabolism and eating have put me to where I'm at, and I feel pretty healthy. And I think I'm doing like I play sports, do different things, and I think I'm doing okay. But I'm also like a lot thinner than most people. But I like do that meal I ate though. Like I felt like I definitely gained a couple pounds that day, and I was having a good time eating that meal. So I think
Yeah, me
you ate
too.
from what I remember you talked about you ate some ham. Is that correct? Some ham.
I ate some ham. I ate some mac and cheese. Uh, yeah, it was really good mac and cheese. I even had leftovers, so that was awesome. Our whole entire family, well, family down in Florida at least, came down and we ate some ham, mac and cheese. I also had stuffing, turkey. Uh, yeah, think that was it. Oh, and mashed potatoes as well.
Heck yeah.
I skipped the mashed. Oh no, I had some mash actually. That's right. I had a couple big scoops of mash. That was yum. Best
Heck,
mash ever.
heck yeah. Did you there was a football game out there. I forget who was playing. It wasn't the Eagles. It was some random teams. I forget who it was, but there's always a football game on Thanksgiving, every Thanksgiving,
I
and
watched it and I can't even remember who
yeah.
played.
Yo, the Eagles are
I
killing
think
it
the
though,
Dolphins
man. Let's
played
let's
that
go
day.
let's go Eagles, dude. How you feeling about the Eagles, man? I mean, they're just wrecking it.
Dude, we are 9-1 right now. I
They
gotta
just
look up on my phone to see when they're playing next. But yeah, we are. kicking ass.
The Buffalo Bills, man, we actually beat the Buffalo Bills. They were one of the best teams last year, and this year they're kind of one of the middle class teams in terms of their ratio. I think they're like doing about as many a little. I think they're doing a few more wins than their losses or something. I don't keep up with them consistently, but last year they were one of the best teams, and one of their players got into had a problem. I forget the name who it was. Dare D. I think it started with a D, but he had some kind of like he got hit pretty hard, and he had a heart problem because he got hit so hard by another player, and it caused a whole issue for their team, and they could have been the ones that had won, but the Eagles ended up being in the Super Bowl last year, and I'm pretty sure from the looks of it, they're going to be in the Super Bowl this year. I mean, they beat the Bills. It was basically in the last game that they played last Sunday. Uh, they were losing at one point, and then they had this amazing kick that they did, and they got it. This amazing kick
Yeah,
into
that's
the
what basically put us in the lead, and
It,
then we went
it,
into
well,
overtime.
yeah, it got us tied up. It got us tied up, and then we went into overtime, and we won in overtime, and that was what did it, and it was fantastic to. Yeah, that was a rough. It was definitely a good. It was a great game to watch because close games are always good, and it was like 30 something to
Yeah, and
30 something or
it was Kansas City, if I remember right, or Kansas Chiefs, I think.
no I'm talking about
Yeah.
the no, it was the Buffalo Bills that I'm talking
Oh
about.
no, Buffalo
Yeah,
Bills.
the
That's right.
yeah, I think the Kansas Chiefs were actually the week before the Buffalo Bills, if I
We
remember
all
right.
know that was a
Yeah,
legendary game because we won that, but we lost to them in the Super Bowl last year, so that was a legendary game. And I
yeah.
also won $5
Kansas
from my
Chiefs.
dad.
Kansas Chiefs got some funny stuff going on at the moment. There's a young child of the that was a Chiefs fan. He dressed up as a um is like a the Chiefs are like they're like Indians or something. It's like their team mascot is like they're Indians. And there's this kid, he dressed up as an Indian. He had like a half black face, half red face. And he was getting all kinds of shit from the fake news media that was giving him crap. They were saying that he was being racist, but he was actually like he had like Indian in his blood, and he was like he was like his heritage was he was an Indian, so like they were calling him racist, even though he was in no way racist. And the whole Chiefs thing is like it's funny. It's like they do the tomahawk chop. Uh, I think they do the tomahawk chop. That's what they do in baseball for the I forget what the baseball team. Whatever. I'm going off into oblivion on this whole topic, and the Eagles are really going to be the team this year. I think the Eagles are gonna make it to the Super Bowl, and I don't know who they'll be playing. I don't know who else is doing great. I mainly been just watching their games, if anything. And I'm just so happy to see them doing good. How are how's Florida doing? I think you're out in Florida. You got the Tampa. What are people rooting for out
Dolphins
there?
were predicted tough. The something with the T Titans, I think, or an ASC team. Then we also got the Buccaneers down here.
Yeah, the Buccaneers.
Um, NFL. I really haven't kept track of them that much, honestly. I watched one game this year with on them, but I think they're doing okay. I don't know their actual score. I don't really keep up on the Florida teams,
I know I
to be
seen you in
honest.
the rocking the Eagles jersey out there in Florida, and that's what's up.
Yep, I got another one somewhere too, but I got one from when Sanders was on the team. Man, that's like my only jersey right now.
Football, football. Let's go, Eagles. LOK. Yeah. So welcome to the podcast, everybody who's listening. This is the Pedal to the Metal podcast. If you're tuning in for the first time, we've been at this for over a year at this point, putting out different podcasts. Sometimes we're consistent, sometimes we take a little break. It's like we're pretty consistent though, compared to most podcasts out there, like we put out a lot of stuff. We like are pretty consistent compared to, like I'm
We
thinking
try to
like,
keep
yeah,
the audience entertained.
and we're so real. Yo, American Meck has a American. I call this dude American Meck. He's the other podcaster. My name is Chadwick, and American Meck today has a what's that called, a ponytail type of jaunt on his hair. It's funny. Look at that thing,
I
dude.
like to call it a man bun, but
Yeah,
yeah,
fuck yeah.
I call it a man bun.
Dude, look at
But
his hair. That's hilarious. Look at that dude. American Mech's got his little ponytail on. Dude, that's so funny. He's got like barely any hair, but he was able to manage getting one of those like pony compared to me at least. Like,
hey, I'm growing hair. It's
yeah, I
not
mean,
that
yeah, you got
short.
hair. You got more hair than a lot of guys. I mean,
And I wore it all day. Had a couple compliments.
yeah, I like it. I think that looks fantastic on you, dude. In terms of being a straight guy, just telling you like that looks pretty badass, and like it's pretty. It's like this funny look because your hair is still kind of in that phase where it's like it's not even like this long where it's like I'm showing like it's like but your hair is like a curly hair, so it kind of, I don't know if yours would turn into like a fro after a while where it comes upwards instead of downwards like mine, or if it's like
Mine curls, but I gotta start bringing a comb into work if I don't like comb it often. But it does curl when it dries up.
so
I don't know.
what's the longest you ever had your hair? Is this pretty much like one of the longer phases of your hair that you've had, or what?
Yeah, I think this is the longest. I remember I grew it out in middle school, but yeah.
Yeah, your hair got long pretty fast, honestly. I mean, for those of you who've been listening to our podcast for the past year, if you look back at our podcast when we were on video, we've been documenting it. That his hair was, if you look back at our past podcasts, his hair was pretty short. It was pretty, he was getting cuts on a consistent basis, and it seems like your hair grew pretty fast in the past couple months. You let it just grow, and I think in that short, when it's like real short, when you're getting those like, yeah, like, I don't know, what did you have? Buzz cuts, would you say? Or would you say it was a little bit when you were
Oh,
getting your cuts?
they were kind of like buzz cuts, but I left the top a little up just so I can like do a little style, like pushing it to the right. Some people loved it. A lot of people liked it. But other people are telling me, since I got long hair, they're telling me to get like a mullet, shaving off the sides, and just like doing a ponytail in the back.
Hmm.
And apparently it's from a movie. Can't remember what it was called, but it was from the boxing movies, the badass one. Or at least he called him a badass guy. He told me, Chef was like telling me like, yo, you should get one of these, and he's like showing me pictures. I'm like, I would look badass if I did that.
Huh. Well, yeah, I mean, this is the longest I ever had my hair for sure. I can tell you that. Last time I got a haircut was in 2019. Well, like actually, I've cut my hair a little bit since then. Like I've done some trimming, but it was really like a small amount because it was really getting knotted up at the ends, and it is right now too, getting knotted up at the ends. But 2019 in Japan, I got a haircut in Japan with a Japanese hair cutter person. I thought it was like the right. I thought it'd be kind of cool to get my hair cut in Japan, and that might be the next time I get my hair cut. Is next time I go to Japan. I think Japan.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like talking to, actually the hair cutter. Most of the people in Japan they speak only Japanese. There were a few that there were actually, well, there are multiple people that speak English. There's especially at the train stations, places of where helping you out to get to where you need to go, kind of thing. And I met a few people within the community that spoke English, but the hair cutter was one of the people that spoke some. He spoke some English. You could tell he was. He could do it. He could figure it out. He knew what he was doing, how to speak some English, and I kind of wish he didn't speak any English though, because it would have been more fun. So next time I get a haircut in Japan, I'm gonna actually find somebody who speaks no English, like the majority of them. Very well. I think from what I remember, it was like a lot of the Japanese that I truly really got connected with and spent the most time with spoke a bare minimum of English. They knew how to speak the bare minimum, which is like, you know, American. Being able to speak English is like a world thing. It's like everybody in the world knows a little bit of English, no matter where you're at, because America is the best country in the world. You know, that's why your name is
I
American
can
Meck in the
understand
pocket.
like some Spanish.
Yeah, I
Like
think.
this one guy, he was actually a really cool dishwasher when I used to work at Food and Beer. I liked him, but he quit on us for some reason. I don't know why. Um,
Hola, ¿cómo
he
estás?
was like trying to say,
Bien.
yeah, like he was trying to like I forget what plate word it was, but like he was trying to point at the plates, being like, "What's that?" And he was like, "Put away." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever."
I like to
But
learn
they
like the
always picked me
basics.
as a full time one, and they made the other ones like part timers because they
Yeah,
hired Mexicans and
I
it's hard to
noticed
like.
myself as somebody who's worked in the restaurant industry a bit that there's at least well I can't it depends where you're at honestly. So it's without speaking for every restaurant though the ones that I worked at too there were some Spanish people that spoke only Spanish that I worked with, and it's interesting. I do the best I can to like learn the to say hello in the languages that matter. I can say hello in so many different languages, probably like 10 different languages. I know how to say hello in, and like just hello or like hello, how are you? Hello, my name is very basic stuff, and I think that's like uh, it really goes a long way to build a relationship with people when it comes to like especially if they're in our country and like I consider them to be Americans if they're illegally here. Like there's people who are illegally here. Fuck them. Get the fuck out of our country
And I agree, and
until you
I
come in
actually this
legally.
text,
Come in legally, like, and we're good. And like it's like I'm
dude,
cool
like
with my
thousands of
American
people from.
like ni hao. That's Chinese hello. It's like I have no problem with American Chinese that are actually American Chinese. I have no problem with uh, people who are here Spanish, people who are here. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Like you're American, you're an American Spanish person, American Mexican, American. There's so many different countries that speak Spanish. Please get like come in legally. We need to figure out a way to get you in here legally. And like I know the majority of people coming here, they're good people that just want to have they want to come and they want to integrate and they want to be a part of our country because we have such a great country. But like come in and we got to figure out a way to get them in the right people in that are here already. We need to figure out a way to get them in legally. All right, I'm going off on a rant. I'm going off on a rant here. I gotta stop.
Let
My
me
fault, Mac.
talk.
My fault, Mac. It's
When you were like mentioning illegal increments, yeah, it's kind of fuck them, but I kind of get why they do it, getting into our country because we do have one of the best countries out there, freedom of speech and uh
yeah, it's the most
insurance and
important.
shit like that. But no, it's really stupid. I even get like texts saying uh that like a billion immigrants or something like that came into USA and we need to hire more border patrol people. Honestly, I kind of want to join it and be like, yeah, get out of my country. Be like one of those, like the guy, like Cartman from South Park, like, yeah, yo.
I was
Oh my
actually, you
god.
know what's funny is I was just watching the new South Park Paramount episode. I was able to get a hold of that, and it was pretty hilarious. The if you've seen it, well, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it goes into like the AI technology and how everybody becomes dependent on the AI technology, and then there's the people who are actually like the blue collar workers of America, like the people who are good at doing things by hand, like fixing things, for example, fixing dishwashers and things like that. Like everybody who's into AI thinks they're so smart because they know AI, and the reality, and like the people who can do the basic hand work and know how to do fix things by hand are the ones that become like the valued people because everybody's dependent on AI, including myself. I'm the like well, actually, I know how to do both. I know how to do hands. I know how to do stuff by hand, and I also understand AI. But AI is awesome. I think AI is fantastic. What's going on with the AI stuff? And I'm gonna go on a long rant again if I keep talking. So I need to just shut up and let Meck speak here for a minute. I'm drinking some White Claws, man. I'm drinking some White Claws here. I'm about to pour myself another. How you doing over there? What's up with you?
Good. I'm about to go get a vodka seltzer beer. Well, seltzer. I'll be right back. It's like running right behind me too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pedal to the Metal podcast. My name's Chadwick. I run a website called visitor751.com, and it's a website. The website that I have, visitor751.com, is built with Shopify. We sell different products, over 17,000 products on over 751 designs, things like t-shirts, hoodies, wall tapestries, all the stuff that I'm wearing in this podcast. I got like a towel on me, a beach cloth, and a hoodie. So yeah, let's jump back into this podcast now that he's back.
Oh yeah, I got
Oh, yeah,
these.
you're drinking a seltzer too, man. Vodka seltzer.
Sunny
That's
D.
yours is only 4.5%. Mine's 5%. The White Claw.
I don't care. They're refreshing, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's different. You
I
got like
like
vodka in
them.
that. It's weird.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers. Boom. Yeah, I like them. They're very good. What's on my mind? I've been thinking about going to get my CDL license because one of my chefs was telling me like you can just go to school and ask money questions about money later and then pay it off while you're working while you're getting your school degree and everything like that.
Hey,
Some
hold up a
places like
second.
your truck.
Hold up? I know I'm cutting you off. Can you define CDL license? What does CDL stand for?
You know the big truck drivers?
Yeah.
You need a CDL license
And what
to
does
have one
CDL
of
stand
those.
for?
Um, um,
Because I don't know. I don't know myself. I forget. I actually
Restriction
forget.
driving.
What is it?
I think it's just like
C would be like
commercial
car. I don't know what C could stand for.
commercial drive
Class
license. I think is what
driving
it
license
stands for. But yeah, you need a CDL
to
license
drive the
to
trucks. What is that? 18 wheelers or
drive like one of those big trucks.
is that 18? Is that like 18 wheelers or what is my thing? 16 wheelers, 18 wheelers?
I don't fucking know. They come in all different kinds of sizes with the big trucks that you can get. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting one
I'm gonna look into this
because
after the podcast
I
here.
need more
So
money, and apparently they make a shit ton of money.
yeah, I mean, I know people who have driven for like UPS. I used to work at UPS, and they would drive the big rigs, aka CDL license. They probably had what you're talking about, and yeah, it's good paying to do that, and it's hard work. You're consistently on the move. You're consistently traveling. You're far off distances. It's hard to stay in one place when you're doing that kind of work, and they're the people that keep our country running. yo, that's a job that's something that's like you have to have the right mindset and the right character to do. So fantastic. Thank you for all of the people that are doing things, especially like when it comes to
And
my business, visitor751.com. I'm selling all of these products, and I know there's people in their big rigs that are the ones that are helping to get these moved and helping to get these from place to place.
actually, you're probably going through UPS,
Yeah, I
and
am.
they don't have CDL license.
They
So, like,
do.
you're probably going through FedEx and UPS. They have like the small trucks.
So
You
they
don't
do
need a
have the small
CDL
trucks. I know what
license
you're
to drive
talking
one of
about.
those.
Those are the trucks. They're called package cars at UPS. They're actually called package cars, which is different. That's just how they call them. It's their fun thing. And I learned a lot working at UPS in terms of how to become more of an efficient person. And they do have big rigs as well, though. They do have the 16 wheelers, trucks, big trucks that I'm talking like I think I know what you're talking about. The big trucks where it's like they have that's actually what that delivers them. The big trucks are actually what deliver. I worked in a big truck at UPS. I actually got the experience to go into the. So they would pull in backwards into this facility, and I would go into the big trucks, and we would sort out the packages and put them onto the conveyor belts, and then they would go to the smaller trucks from there. So the big rigs do exist at UPS, but no, the CDL license exists there. And yeah, dude, I know what you're talking about when you say CDL license, and I know what you're talking
Okay,
about.
so then yeah,
It's
yes, you are right. My mistake. I
yeah,
apologize for
no, they do everything,
that.
man. They got airplanes. They got uh, well, like it's a multi-billion-dollar. It's a huge company, man. When we're talking billions of dollars, they got everything at this company. They were very efficient, um, and they are very efficient to this day. And yeah, you were thinking about getting your CDL license. You were saying you were considering becoming a driver. I don't know. Do you really want to do that? That sounds kind of like something that's tough to do. I feel like you're better at other
Honestly,
things. No.
I want something like that because there's really nothing else I can really fucking do that I can think of. But yeah, I do want to do that. Plus, I can just sleep in a truck. I can literally travel in my truck if I get one of those CDL trucks with a bed, and I could do deliveries down at PA and still be down there with you guys. Be like, what up, y'all?
I mean, I don't
And then
know.
also come here for like winter and summer. Like, I could do like two fucking jobs and making dope ass money, man.
You could, you could. I believe it. American Meck. The reason that your name is American Meck is because you can do anything, and we can do anything, and even though we fail sometimes and we have hard times and we go through tough stuff,
Dude, everybody
the
feels.
possibilities, having a positive mindset is important, and I believe that we can do that if we put our minds to it. We can make things happen. But American Mech, I think I'm smiling right now when you say that you want to do this because I feel like that would be something that's just like hard to see you
It's been
doing.
good for
It's
me.
It'd be hard to see you
Huh?
doing that.
Bro, I always test my limits. I always do. And that's the one thing that I like about myself. I test my limits on my legs, I test my limit on my strength and mind. I'm like Kakarot.
Ha.
I'm a Super Saiyan.
What was that first word you said? Kakarot?
As a Goku, his Saiyan name.
Yeah, I know Goku. That's from the show. Name the show again. That you're talking about.
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. Because I don't know, I forget, and I think there's people in the audience. We do have an audience here that is listening, a huge audience. Shout out to our audience, Pedal to the Metal podcast. We're building this up, building this big. Me and American Mech, two Americans from Pennsylvania and Florida, building this together on the internet, interwebs, and e-commerce. Fuck you, anybody who doesn't agree with free speech. We are a free speech podcast. And we're currently on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're because I actually am streaming this. I'm trying to stream this on Instagram currently. But yeah, we're gonna be on other places that are more free speech resemblant as well, including X.com and
TikTok,
Rumble.com.
YouTube, we all love you. Thank you for listening in and listen to see all what we have to say. You don't have to like us. We love having you guys subscribe to us. And listening on the stupid shit we had to say for the everybody that's listening. We all appreciate you,
Yeah, and our
no
stupid
matter
shit
what
that
kind
we
of
have to say
we
is
got
actually smart.
or just. And we try to also give advice out there. So if anybody's having some trouble out there, type in the comments. Chadwick will look and say like, all right, here's the next topic. What happens in this situation? Or blah 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 blah. We'll give an example if you want to send send us something on the comments. But yeah, that's the best way I can say it.
Yeah, I'm looking to get me and American Meck on some live streams soon. We're currently just kind of recording this. I was looking at places like there's obviously there's like Twitch, but I don't care about Twitch. It's like I was looking at this other one that was kind of interesting to me, and it was I don't even remember the name of it. Kick.com was kind of interesting to me because it's an upcoming platform and it looks like they pay their content creators better. So I was considering getting this onto Kick, and it's kind of my job to get us like on all these things. Me and American Mech signed like a contract. This whole thing, like we're very serious about what we're doing here. We're actually like building stuff. Like we're actually like building. We're two business people and we have business mindsets when we come to this podcast. Even though we're having fun and we're being ourselves and we're being 100% like true and legit. Like we're two business minded people and we want to build this up in a business reality as well in terms of our social reality. It's like we have two different mindsets. What do you think about what I just said there, Mac? Do you think anything
I
on
kind
that?
of agree with you, and honestly, with our two different mindsets, I feel like we could conquer the world.
I don't know about conquering the world.
So
I don't know
smart
that I
in
want
our
to I
own
don't know that
way.
I want to conquer the world. I don't know that I want to conquer the world.
Just funny.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, it makes sense. It's like we're getting hyped up here, and conquering the world sounds like pretty. That's like what I don't know. That sounds a little communist, a little bit too communist for me. But
I wasn't trying to make it like say like communist. I was just making a joke.
more
You
so
never
like,
want to.
how about
I
this?
feel like it could
How about
probably
this?
conquer the world,
How about
but
this? We're trying to free the world. How about we try to free the world and bring free speech to the world? Like free speech is the most important thing to me. Let's bring.
oh yeah, I like that better. I wasn't trying to sound cocky. That was being funny.
Yeah, conquer the world. Conquer. I know we're having fun here. We're drinking and having fun and saying whatever. Honestly, on another night, I might have said that. I might have said what you said on another day. So, and you know what? We are trying to conquer the world. Actually, I'm kidding. We are trying to conquer the world, and let's go for it. Dude. Let's just conquer the world. Let's just go for that. And take over.
I'm okay with both of them, honestly.
Take over the world and just bring free speech to the world and tell everybody what's going on. I think there's a lot of great people that are actually doing that already. Like, for example, like X.com has been on my mind a lot lately, and Elon Musk has done a lot for free speech. He's been fighting for free speech ever since he bought over Twitter. He's been fighting for free speech and providing us with the opportunity to speak how we want freely without having to worry about censorship in many ways. There's other people that are doing it as well. There's other platforms, other ways to get out the word. certain platforms that are shutting people down. You know, we're on YouTube right now. We're on other places as well, where it's like they do cancel people for saying certain things, and that's ridiculous in my opinion as an American who believes in the Constitution. So, American Meck, welcome to the podcast this evening. Here, how are you doing, American Meck, on the pod here?
I'm great. I'm glad we signed our deal, and I feel like this podcast is gonna be good for us because we
What did we
are the
even
two
sign,
owners
man?
of
What was
the
our deal
podcast.
again? What was the deal we signed? Do you remember?
Ah, it was like freedom of speech.
Man.
Honestly, that'd be funny if somebody tried to sue us for
Oh
something
yeah.
stupid
So if
that we like
anybody,
fucking say like I'll just
so
say like that, but
so
it's
what
like
I think I
whatever
remember.
happens, we both have to show up.
Yeah, I remember in that part of the agreement that me and American Mech made on this agreement we signed was if anybody sues us for speaking like our free speech for against our free speech amendment, that we both agree to put up an equal amount to pay for an attorney or something like that to fight against.
Whoever
There's
thinks
no
stupid and trying to like
like to
sue
fight
or
against
arrest or
the
whatever for what we
communists.
said, which would be stupid, but
Yeah, it's to
I'd like to see somebody
anybody
fucking
trying to
try.
stop free speech.
Scared of
We're
that.
both gonna put up the I'll put up all the money. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to say that here because that's like now I'm breaking the contract. But no, we're gonna if anybody looks
I mean,
to
we could always
sue.
re-sign a new one if we
I'm
wanted to,
100%.
but
I 100% promise, and I'm saying it here again to everybody's listening. I promise Chadwick Eisman that if if anybody sues us as a podcasters for our pedal to the metal podcast during what we're saying for free, and we're using our first amendment and we're using it freely, if anybody sues us for speaking freely, I will 100% put in equal amount as Mech to defend us with an attorney. I guess that's what our contract says. It's something that Mech wanted to add in, but the reality is it's like we have that amendment, our first amendment. If our First Amendment gets taken away, we're all screwed anyways. We're all pretty much fucked as the world. If America goes down,
well,
everybody
the
goes
only
down.
reason why I said that is because you're the one that talked about like being sued and all that shit. I'm like, you know what? I feel like I should be there.
I'm all for it, man. I'm all for defending free
Because
speech in court.
we're the main people on here, and you
If we
don't
get
really
the
talk by
opportunity,
yourself.
if we get the opportunity to defend free speech, that would be something that we would have to do. So you know, Elon Musk is doing it right now. Is one of the people, like I was saying on X.com. He's really fighting for free speech. Donald J. Trump. Donald J. Trump is fighting for free
Oh yeah,
speech.
brother. Donald
Yeah, man.
J. Trump.
We know. I'm a far right. I don't know. The camera's weird, so I don't know which way is right here. But I'm a far right
It's a
activist.
left. No,
So
it is a right one. Right one.
in
That's
terms
what it
of the
shows on my
fact that I'm voting
camera.
for Trump in 2024, everybody's listening. You know, I'm a big Trump supporter, and Trump Trump fights for everything. Trump aligns with my values. He fights for free speech. He fights for the Second Amendment, which is look into it. He fights for everything that's on the Constitution in terms of reality. Here, he's pretty much like believes in America. Yeah, and he puts America first. He wants to make sure that the people that are coming into our country are coming in legally, like I was talking about in the beginning of this podcast. He wants to stop the fentanyl and the drugs from coming into our country, which are just leaking in when all these illegals come in. It's coming in with them, and it's that's a huge problem in our country. Fentanyl is killing more Americans than COVID and the China virus, and
Go
it's like
Trump. Go
the fake
Trump.
news media puts that under the table and hides the fact that the fentanyl is killing more people than the China virus, but it's the real that's the reality of things, and like that's only a small amount of the things that I have to talk about because I can go on a rant for a long time about this for and I will go on a rant for a long time about this another time. So actually, I'll do it now. I'll do it soon. If I talk too much, I've already talked too much. We talk a lot this podcast.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
can
I
never talk too much.
talk a little.
Freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And I agree with you on the Trump thing. Fuck Biden. He's got dementia. He can barely remember what anything. And
Everybody knows.
if I remember right, for talking about that, his son actually deals with a lot of the press and whatnot. And yeah,
Yeah, his
it's
son
just
is
I don't
Meck.
like Biden at all.
Yeah, you know what's great about Trump
He
too?
made gas go up higher.
Yeah,
He made a lot of things go
a lot
up
of things.
higher. When Trump was here, everything was down low. Oh, but Trump, if you're listening to this, when you get re-signed as president, make houses lower again. Too damn pricey. Like the house price is just bullshit.
And they will come down with Trump as president.
I hope so. That's what I like about Trump. Saving money.
Everything will go
One
down
of
in
his
price.
mottos, if
Yes.
I remember right, or it was like something with money, like down to money, or I don't know. I can't remember what
Trump
his
has
motto
spoken
was.
about this. Yeah, I don't want to go on a rant, but no. There's liquid gold underneath us. We're one of the richest countries, and the terms of like, yeah, we've been. I can't do this. I can't do this. No, I cannot go into this. I cannot start going
Let's
on a
start
rant here
talking about
about
it. I
this.
like it.
Man,
I
I
like
can.
the side of you.
I know. I just don't want to put too much out at this moment. It's like I need to like calm down about how America would be so much better with Trump, and he would lower the gas prices, which pretty much lowers the prices of everything, including the food at the grocery stores, including the house prices that you were talking about, and by bringing the oil lines back and bringing um, America back to prosperity by putting things like small businesses, such as the one that I'm running, and also he cares about like everything American, like everything American. Is It's just amazing, like to see somebody who cares about our history and the fact that the reason that we came here to America, and what I mean by we is we the people, and what I mean by we the people is that there were ships that came across the ocean here because they were looking to escape the communism, and we built this country, and we built this country, meaning everybody who is an American citizen. It's ridiculous. It's too much to talk about, and it can go pretty far and long. And there were some bad things that happened here, like slavery was a bad thing that happened. I disagree with slavery. I believe that all people that are American should be treated equally, regardless of their skin color, and that includes slavery. I would have been with the North, and I'm assuming the history of my family was with the North, fighting for the freedom of slaves, because slavery was wrong, and uh, yeah, that was completely just a horrible fact of what happened in the past to our country was the slavery thing. So I'm super glad that the slaves were freed, and that uh, I'm proud to be with the Americans of different skin colors that are here at this moment, that are here legally. Yeah.
I agree with you 100% about colors and
And
immigrants
we do need to
legally.
have we do need to have a way of people. There's people that are entering our country that are very dangerous, and we need to have them enter legally through a system. And that's the main problem that I have at the moment. 2023 is that there's people coming in and it's causing a lot of issues. We already have huge problems in this country as it is, and we need to fix America. We need to put America first, which is what Trump's doing, and why I believe in Trump being the best president in 2024, including 2020, including 2016, is because he puts America first. There's people in America that need help, and we've been putting them off. We've been sending money to other countries for war, like Ukraine, and Ukraine is getting too much money from us when we need to put that money towards people in
Ukraine
our.
war is still going on with America. America, Chad.
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still
Ukraine is
listening.
still
Make sure this
war
podcast
is
is still
happening
rolling.
with,
Yep.
huh?
Yep. So go ahead, man. All right, good. We're still
Ukraine
rolling.
is actually with that war that's still going on for
Yeah,
America.
there's still a war going on. That's funny you asked that. Yeah, there's still a war going on in Russia and Ukraine. Unfortunately, people are dying every day, and I don't know what's going on there, man. I'm all the way. I'm here in America. I have no idea if we're getting told the truth. I don't know what the truth is over there. What I do know is that Russia is stronger than Ukraine, and they have more people and more bombs. And there's no way that Ukraine can become that can Ukraine can win any war there without a without a major conflict or world war, which would be horrible and probably be nuclear. So I think there's actually, and from like what I understand, is there's lots of people in Ukraine that actually want to be a part of Russia as well. So there's major problems in this world, man. There's major problems, and world peace would be the best if we could just have world peace. You know?
Yep. Um, see, we talked about. What do we talk about? Hmm.
Woo! I've been probably ranting so much in this podcast, man.
I agree. I don't know what our next conversation should be. How about the next drawing? We both do
Oh
one
yeah,
again.
yeah. Let's tell
Um,
everybody who's listening. Let's tell everybody who's listening like what you mean by our next. Right. Let's pretend everybody who's here who's listening is brand new to the podcast, so they don't know anything about what you're talking about when you brought that up. So go ahead and explain to them what you mean by that, like from the very beginning. If anybody new here is listening, kind of thing. You know.
yeah. All right. Well, basically, I made our uh podcast uh picture that you look at every time with the dragon. I was like free drawing at the time, and I was wondering what can I draw. I was
Wait,
born in my
hold up.
RV one
Explain the
day.
dragon. Okay, my fault. Everybody, our logo is the dragon that Meck drew. That's our podcast logo, and I don't have it up in front of me. I wish I. We need to have like I have this stupid. Well, it's yeah, it's like this is stupid because it's not our logo. I need to have our logo. I need to have our podcast logo behind me while we're doing our podcast. You do too. We need to have like Beck drew this beautiful dragon, and that's our podcast logo that he's talking about. Yeah, my fault. Go ahead, dude. Cutting you off.
No, man, you're good.
Yeah,
Thank you for that compliment.
yeah, it's
Um,
fantastic. The dragon. Yeah,
yeah,
cutting him off.
I made the dragon for our podcast, but yeah, we were bored one day, and then we like challenged each other on like a few of our podcasts, like what do we draw next? He challenged me to draw an alligator. Well, actually, my alligator turned out pretty good. I got to start using my color pencils and stuff, but yeah, yeah, I even I can't say the one that my uncle wants me to draw, but yeah, I'm a really good drawer when it comes to free drawing. I basically made a dragon. I was like kind of looking at this one dragon. I like made a couple different like turns on the pencil, and it's like I like where this is going. And I kind of like copied one, but I made a lot of it different. Most dragons have one eye that you see in a lot of pictures and whatnot, and I just made it like it look a bit crazy. Instead of shooting out fire, I made it shoot out ice, which I thought was really cool, and so did Chad. So we decided to uh make that our um profile
Podcast logo.
picture.
Pedal to the Metal
Our
podcast.
logo.
For Pedal to the Metal podcast, which we decided on Pedal to the Metal being our podcast, we thought it was like a cool name. Pedal into the metal. Meck actually is into dirt biking as well. He's got this idea of when I say pedal to the metal,
Yes,
he
sir.
thinks of dirt biking a lot. Have you been working? It's been a minute. Everybody's been listening to our podcast for a while, man. There's some people here are new. There's some people here who have been listening for a while. Meck was considering working on his bike. Have you worked on your bike? Have you figured out what's going on with your bike? Or
Um. Yeah. I'm hoping to put everything back together, and I'm hoping it was just a carburetor. Um. Yeah, if I put it back together and it starts, and it was just a carburetor, then I can get it out and go to a dirt biking place on Sunday and Monday and just do that all the time and look for dirt bike races and see what happens. And some places give you money if you get like first place. Um,
was that
but yeah,
races?
I'm gonna try to like see if I still got it. I'm gonna take it around for a
So
lap
what do you have? You have a
and.
Yamaha. You have a Yamaha bike, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Meck's got a nice Yamaha,
I got
and
a Yamaha TTR
he needs to do some.
230.
He needs to do some work on it. He might have to work on the carburetor or something a bit, I guess.
I already
And
worked on everything. What can be done? If it doesn't start, then I have to buy a whole entire new carburetor. But that's the issue. We already cleaned it out and everything. I just gotta attach everything. And right now, my dirt bike's naked, so
okay,
I drained the gas and everything. Gotta put fresh gas in it, and yeah.
and it's still having a problem starting up, or
I don't know yet. I gotta do this on tomorrow on my day off and wake up
uh,
early.
okay, yeah. I mean, that's lit. Meck's out in
That and I got
Florida.
the
He's
car
got the
too.
perfect weather to be dirt biking out there at this time of the year, even in December. It's like 70 degrees. He's sitting outside. Look at him. He's so comfortable out there wearing
I
shorts.
am. It's like
Yeah,
70 degrees here in Florida.
that's lit. So, American Mac, do you think that we did enough for this podcast? What are you thinking? Do you want to close this out or what?
Yeah. I'll close this out. Um,
All right, let's go for it.
all right. Well, uh, thank you for all the people that listen to us. But you know how me and Chadwick like to do it. We always like get a little enthusiastic to start talking about random stupid stuff. We also like to keep y'all entertained. Y'all have a dang wonderful night. Go smoke some weed. Go drink some beer. Uh, do your thing that you would like to do. Uh, or drink water, whatever. Y'all have a wonderful night. Me and American Chadwick and me and American Meck are out. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace out, everybody who's listening. We appreciate you for coming through. And video on this. And all right, see you, Mac. It's we're gonna close this out. Close this, stopping right here. Peace.